Wake up.
What is your name and what is your position with
Let's get
WMBK?
it.
All right, Muddasar Tawakkul. I am a steering board member of WMBK, and I've been on WMBK since 2019, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, 2019, 2020.
How
Excuse
did you get
me?
involved with WMBK?
I got involved actually, Mike invited me to one of their picnics, the summer picnic. And it was actually Mike Henry who introduced me to WMBK. And from there, it just, started attending events, different functions and everything. And the brothers asked me to join the steering committee. From there, got to know Jamal, Shamar, and everyone else.
Great, great. So, in your position as a steering committee member, what does your participation with WMBK look like on a weekly, daily, or monthly basis?
So let me back up. Prior to became a steering member, I was also a planning committee member before
Okay.
they reorganized and had a board. We had a planning committee. So that I used to meet on a weekly basis. Myself, I think Mike Henry was on that, Jamal, Derek Jackson, and Shamar. So I was much more engaged, involved then. So once they changed to the board format, the executive committee, which I'm not part of, I'm usually not as involved unless they ask me to. But I'm one of those people. I consistently attend breakfast. I consistently try to attend the steering committee meeting, if not so at least once or twice a month.
Okay. All right. Very nice. So, have you always had an interest in community-based work like this? And if not, how has it developed over time?
I've had this brother going back to 1991 when I was
Okay.
14 years old at Ann Arbor Huron High. That's when I got the knowledge of myself through someone gave me the autobiography of Malcolm X, and that changed my life forever.
Mhm.
And that made me get involved in community development, helping Black and Brown folks because we any people of color that are impacted by white supremacy, and that's all people of color.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing this work since 1990, bro. 1991, and really, did the work at Narberth Huron High, and when I went to Michigan State, did that work at Michigan State. So all those folks that you saw, whether it was Dean Paradoc Bovey and all that, we did all that work at Michigan State with organizing, with betterment of our community ourselves, and helping as many brothers and sisters as we could.
Great. What is your background or work outside of WMBK, and how has that influenced your approach to the work that you do with WMBK?
So I'm an attorney by trade, Ellis, and I'm a compliance and privacy officer with a subsidiary of Ford Motor Company called Ford Direct. Prior to that, I was at the largest behavioral health entity in the state of Michigan called Detroit Wayne Integrated Network. Prior to that, Wayne County government. So I have extensive public government
Okay.
experience. The reason I went into law was really for the betterment of the community. That's what motivated me, helped me gravitate to the legal field. I knew early on in ninth grade that I wanted to be an attorney. So basically, to answer your question, everything I've done in the legal realm, it's been of how do I betterment my community. So you may ask, what am I doing at Ford Direct? One thing Ford Direct does, it allows me to continue to do what I can do, be it with WMBK or different nonprofits and entities. There was a time where Ford Direct would support a lot more endeavors, but because of how your president, Donald Trump, in office has changed many of the so-called community-based, or they call it DNI, I call it community-based programming. A lot of the funding has dried up, but hopefully
Mm.
next few years it should start running again once Donald leaves office.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
So how does your work with WMBK fit into your passion and life goals?
I think with WMBK, I think we have intention to do what's right. How do we do it to meet that goal? Those are two different things. So with me, I'm already involved in different organizations, mostly in Washington County, no, excuse me, Wayne County, whether it's the Detroit NAACP, an organization called Teen Hype, or other boards. I think WMBK was my first avenue into Washington County. And Washington County is unique. I think Washington County suffers from its own delusional aspects, as though racism doesn't exist or we've made it concept, where organizations in Wayne County are a lot more politically active, aligned, and they're doing a lot more. I think with WMBK, I think we have the potential, and it's just trying to get all the energy to take us to the next level. I think we do a lot. I think we just need to concentrate on one or two things and be consistent at it. Whether it's because at the end of the day, we've been in existence almost 10 years. From a data perspective, Ellis, since you're a data guy, if I was to ask how many kids have you helped who can point back to WMBK,
Mm,
that data may not be there.
no.
So at the end of the day, you have to see the journey of who you're inspiring, how many kids you're helping, and those kids can come back say, "Hey, WMBK was what helped me get to where I'm at now." So I think we can do a lot more. I think the potential is there. It's just making sure we take all that energy and all the program and be uniform and consistent in delivering those programs.
Can you tell me a story about something unique or an impactful experience that happened to you while you were working at WMBK?
Ooh, do. You know, oh my God. I would say I met a lot of great brothers and sisters, brothers through WMBK. I will say that. I think the impact, I'm all about relationships. So I met great brothers like Derek, brothers like Shamar, brothers like Anthony, Mike, and all these brothers. And I think at the end of the day, WMBK, it's all about fellowship, about bringing brothers together. You can't change the community until you change yourself. How do you change yourself? You surround yourself by positive brothers who are trying to do right. And I think that to me is the most impactful. And through WMBK, I met those brothers. From a programmatic way, I think our breakfasts have been good, but like I said, it needs to go to that next level. I think the discussions we had during COVID were excellent. A lot of them were virtual, but we had the first panel discussion with the prosecutor candidates. We had the youth-led discussions related to that. We had some great speakers. So over the years, WMBK, has evolved, but we need to take it to that next level.
Perfect. And last one, can you tell me an example of how you might have made a difference in a young person's life?
Oh man,
And that can be with WMBK or just in your own work.
consistently, brother, I have a lot of mentees. I have a lot of young brothers who are mentees. Whether it's my own son, Zane, or there's Isaac. I got him his first internship.
Oh, okay.
Um, you know, at Ford Direct, which we usually don't give first year folks. I think he was first year or second year folks an internship. It's usually the last year, senior year, that we give people internships, but we were able to help with that. My next door neighbor, his son, he's in HR, but right out of college. He hadn't even graduated. Helped him get a job with an organization that had a pretty big budget. I'm not going to name
Mm.
the organization, but got his feet wet at 21 years old, and now he's at Hilton in Detroit, and doing great things. So it's just trying to inspire a lot of the young brothers and sisters. And then Teen Hype is an organization which is a Detroit-based organization. I'm not even tell you, just Google Teen Hype. I want you to Google TENHYPE and the impact. All of our youth graduate with high school with a 92% college graduation rate. And we
Wow.
take the worst of the worst of Detroit public school kids that most schools have given up hope on. And we take them in and inspire them to go to the next level. And it's a success story.
Well, that's fantastic. That sounds like fantastic work.
We're trying, brother.
Thank you so much for finding the time for
That's
the
it?
interview.
All right, all
Fearless
right.
is the construct of us when confronted with the tough times. Luck is just another side of hope. You get what was on the other side, fronting on another squad like Cain to have a brother tying rope. Is it dope?